Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another new pick a card reading. This one is specifically for April 2020, the love predictions. So here are our piles. We have 5 different piles to choose from. If you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm gonna give you guys a quick little rundown of how it works. So we have pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you're the most drawn to. Once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific pile, so you can skip ahead to your personal reading. If you guys like to choose with crystals on the bottom of the cards, I'll be popping them on there right now. All right, so you guys, here are our crystal options. We got some different crystals here today. So this over here is hematite quartz, which is basically just iron in quartz, and it looks really, really cool. I will actually show you guys the crystals up close this time because sometimes it's a little hard to see. So this is what it looks like. It is super gorgeous. My goodness, has little rainbows in it. Love it. This over here is dendritic agate. It's super, super gorgeous. It has this like awesome blue color going through it. Almost looks clear at some areas of it, and it's really, really pretty. Almost looks like chalcedony, if you guys know what that crystal is, but it's really, really gorgeous. Then over here we have some rubellite, which is basically red tourmaline. Very, very amazing crystal. One of my absolute favorites. Absolutely love this one. Over here we have some regular rose quartz. It's just in the shape of a sphere. Very gorgeous. Very awesome. And over here we have some charoite. Also another very gorgeous crystal. Very purpley, very witchy. Love this one. Kind of a rarer one that you don't see too often. Love it. So those are our crystal options. If you guys would like, you can pause the video to find the pile that you're the most drawn to. Once you are done choosing, of course, you can go down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card, so you can skip ahead to your personal April 2020 love prediction. So without further ado, let's hop right into it, starting now. All right, so pile number 1, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your April 2020 love prediction. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so pile number 1, this is what we have here. So we have the Page of Pentacles or Page of Crystals reversed. Then we have the Queen of Crystals, Pentacles reversed. Then we have Akashic Records right side up, and then we have the Two of Cups right side up. So let's hop into what all of this means for you guys. So starting off, the Page of Pentacles being reversed over here. So this is kind of like plans are at a halt in the moment. And this might be for obvious reasons with what's going on in the world right now, or it could be something completely different. But in regards to love right now, it feels like things are just on hold. The small little ideas you get might feel like, oh, we can't exactly go and execute these. We can't do these. Maybe you guys would love to go out with a loved one or go out on dates and stuff like that, but it seems like plans are on hold. So if you guys are single, it seems like dates aren't really coming through, or at least like different date ideas that you might have had aren't really working out, or it just seems like, you know, things are just, they feel like they're on a pause. If you guys are on dating websites and stuff like that, it might feel like, well, can't really do much about that right now. Maybe you guys are taking it slow, taking it cautious. So for April, it just seems like the plans that you guys might want to execute seem like they're definitely on hold. If you guys are in a relationship, it seems like, you know, the date ideas that you might have had, like going to the beach, going to a movie, going out for a dinner, going on a hike, whatever you guys like to do, it seems like all those things are not really happening right now. I will also say in April, it looks like work might also be on hold in order for you guys to feel a little bit more love. Maybe you guys are taking time off of work at this moment, especially again with what's going on in the world right now. It seems like April is probably going to be a month where you spend a lot of time with your partner if you have one. If you don't have one, it seems like you're going to spend a lot of time probably in the process of manifesting that, or spending a lot of time with people that you do love, like friends and family and stuff like that. It seems like that is really good for the month of April. So if you guys are in a relationship, again, looks like a lot of time is being spent with your partner. You guys aren't really executing a lot of plans together, but it does look like you guys are together. The Two of Cups over here, it's like things are going really well. Maybe you guys are planning for the future. Maybe you guys are, you know, working together. The energy exchange between you two is very beautiful in the month of April if you guys have somebody. If not, it's just the energy exchange between you and your loved ones that you do have. Again, it's like friends and family and stuff like that. So just so you guys know, anytime I talk about like, you know, spending a lot of time with loved ones, it doesn't necessarily have to be a partner if you guys are single. I will also say if you guys are single, it does look like there's somebody that you're interested in the month of April, or at least someone that's interested in you. Every time the Two of Cups comes up, this is a potential romantic interest. If you guys are in a relationship, it's just bonding that even more in the month of April. It's like you guys are getting closer. The love is growing even more. Like, again, that energy exchange between you two is just on fire in the month of April. Akashic Records over here kind of shows that it's like almost diving deep into like watching a lot of movies, researching a lot, exchanging a lot of ideas between you and your loved ones, which is either, you know, your romantic partner or, like I said, friends and family. But this really reminds me of like getting very intellectual with each other. If you guys end up talking to a new person in the month of April, so if you guys are single, I do find an interest near the end of April for you guys will be coming in. So a beautiful love interest is sparking by the end of April, and it does seem like you guys are going to get into really deep talks together, very intellectual talks, you know, that abundant kind of like I can't put my phone away and it's like 2 a.m. and I just want to talk to you. If you guys are in a relationship, you guys are having that energy where it's just like we can't shut up around each other. It's like we just keep talking, we keep going off. We have a lot of ideas, we're bouncing them off of each other, and the other person's very receptive, they're very into the conversation, things are going really well. That's what Akashic Records is kind of showing me here when we're talking about love life for the month of April. This card is also showing me that there's like this bond and this connection that you guys are making. This can either, again, be with your loved ones or with your partner if you are in a relationship. And this bond is like, you know, it's growing very strong. It's almost like we're getting into, you know, much deeper stuff than we've ever touched before. We're feeling a deeper love than we've ever felt before. We're feeling even more connected than we've ever felt before. So continuing on into more of this, let's see what else we have here. So we have the card, I focus on what is working. And then we have, I have unlimited potential and I claim my purpose. All I need is within me. So I feel like, you know, the month of April for you guys in terms of love life is very positive. I see these positive outlooks happening. I see you guys like really aiming for new things. You probably have your eyes set on something. You probably have your eyes set on a goal, and that goal is seeing itself through. Of course, it seems like we have a bit of delays in terms of other things that we want to create or do, but it seems like you have your eyes set on something and it's time to execute whatever that is. And then I have unlimited potential and I claim purpose. All that I need is within me. You guys have it all in front of you of what you need to have to get your goals done, especially in terms of love. I feel like you guys have this unlimited amount of love around you. Even if you guys are single, it seems like, you know, your relationships that you have in your life, your immediate relationships, are very positive and very good. And honestly, they're great. They're great. You guys should feel very lucky and very abundant right now. And of course, if you guys are single, I do see someone coming in by the end of April that you guys are very interested in. If you guys are already in a relationship, it's just like you guys are really unlocking that unlimited, like full, unconditional love by the end of April. It's like you're unlocking it to a much deeper level than you've ever thought. We also have the card here of emotions, and then we have the card of clarity. So if you guys ever have any questions, especially since we have the Pentacle cards upside down over here, if you guys feel like there's some things that are unclear, or if you're unsure about moving forward in a certain direction, maybe you're debating on taking the next step, because we have the page to the Queen over here and they're both reversed. So maybe you guys are wondering, is it the right time to take the next step in your relationship if you guys are in one? I feel like you guys are going to get a lot of clarity on that. Or if you guys are single right now, maybe you're wondering, like, am I ready for a relationship right now? And I feel like you guys are going to, you know, really open up your heart and realize that you've unlocked and your heart is ready to receive something abundant and beautiful. And I feel like it's just getting your emotions in order, getting emotional clarity on a lot of things. And again, either taking the next step in your current relationship. So I do see you guys kind of getting very clear on those things, asking those deeper questions, things like that, getting everything set and in order, since we have the emotions and clarity cards right here. The next card that we have is boundaries. So if you guys are like a people pleaser or anything like that, I do feel like you guys will be needing to set clearer boundaries within your love life or within like the current partnerships that you have that are around you in your life. Again, family or friends. This is about setting proper boundaries, especially if you're spending a lot of time with these people lately. This is about, I need to still get my work done. I still need, of course, my emotional time. We need balance. We need boundaries in order to get our certain work done. It seems like, putting off a lot of work and being very, very lovey-dovey in the month of April. So I feel like boundaries will come up in conversation about setting proper ones and, still getting good things done, all that jazz. It is right side up, so I don't see it being too much of a problem. But that is one thing that comes into play. Then we have the playing it safe card, but it is reversed. And then we also have the loving man right side up. So with these two cards, I will say with the playing it safe being reversed, maybe you guys need to be a little bit more cautious, set those proper boundaries, because maybe there's a little bit of, people pleasing happening, or, maybe being a little bit dangerous with your thoughts. Again, I do feel like there will be a lot more emotional clarity about taking it to the next step. Maybe you guys are playing it a little bit too safe, being a little bit overthinking over here. So this can be a card talking about maybe you're overthinking it a little bit too much, or maybe you're allowing your boundaries to be a little bit too flexible when you should, lock it down a little bit more. And then the loving man over here is like, this is confirmation. You have something very, very good. And if you're currently single, I do see a very loving person, a very good potential coming into your life by the end of April, since we have this loving man card over here. If you guys are in a relationship, this is just talking about your current relationship is very abundant in love. It's very, very positive. That card coming up is like, this person really wants to please you. They want to treat you. They want to surprise you. They want you to feel really, really good. He's there holding roses. And this can be talking about a female or a male. It doesn't matter on your sexual orientation at all. It's just talking about the fact that this person that is in your life or is coming into your life is somebody who, again, really, really wants to please you. They want you to be happy. They want to be there for you and create like the most positive experience with you in terms of a relationship. And our last card is the paying attention to the red flags card reversed. And so this being reversed, you need to make sure that you are paying attention to the certain red flags, of course. It can also be an overthinking card. So this is something that you guys will have to figure out on your own to understand which side of it really applies to you, because this card being reversed can mean that we're overthinking a lot. And that's why we need some emotional clarities, because we could be overthinkers, or it could mean that we are paying attention to so much of the good that we end up overlooking the red flags. For most of you, though, I do feel like you're more overthinking it, because the fact that we have the loving man right side up and playing it safe reversed over here is telling me that it's more of an overthinking problem. Setting proper boundaries in this will help you get some emotional clarity in your current relationship or in the potential relationship that will be coming in for you guys by the end of April. So again, no more overthinking, get some emotional clarity, take some time for yourself, maybe meditate on it a little bit. Make sure that you're setting proper boundaries in order to address the certain red flags that might be there, or the certain things that might make you feel like you need to hold yourself back. This is just getting into those deeper communications in order to make things right, in order to make things work well, so that you don't feel these overwhelming thoughts that might come up every now and then. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number one, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. All right, so pile number two, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your April love prediction. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so pile number two, this is what we have here for you guys. So we have the Wheel of Fortune being reversed. We have the King of Wands upright. We have the Nine of Swords upright. And then we have the Ace of Wands upright. So let's get into what all of this means for you guys. So first off, the Wheel of Fortune being turned upside down over here. The beginning of April seems like it's going to be more of a time where it seems like we're going through some unlucky periods, or it feels like we're going through a bit more of like the struggles of life and like the downs of life. Because, the Wheel of Fortune is all, we're either going up the wheel or we're going down the wheel, but it always comes around full circle. So you always end up going back up eventually after, going a period of down, all that jazz. So just how a wheel works, it seems like right now you guys are more on the downhill of the wheel, but that is fine because it does always look upwards. And by the end of April, since we end on the Ace of Wands, it is going to get so much better by the end of April. That wheel is going to turn around completely. So the King of Wands being next, this is a very passionate time. So if you guys are single, I see you guys still having this spark, this romance in your life. I do see romance coming in, sparking up love life, making you feel really inspired. This is you at least feeling really inspired as well, feeling really sexy, feeling really like, ready to socialize, ready to be out there. But the Nine of Swords coming next, this is telling me that it could be a time where you're overthinking some certain things. You guys are kind of in your head, worried about certain things, worried about creating the past again, worried about going in a cycle, because the Wheel of Fortune tells me that there's probably a cycle that's happening for you guys, and you guys might be staying up at night worrying about the cycle, but yet it seems like you're surrounded by such good energy. It seems like you're surrounded by passion. It seems like you're surrounded by romance. It seems like you're surrounded by that lust and love and, fiery energy that, is needed to keep love going. So if you guys are in a relationship, I do see you guys possibly worrying about creating a cycle or worrying about your love life right now, maybe worrying about what your partner's thinking, maybe worried about where you guys are headed, where you guys are going, if cycles are going to repeat, if they're not going to repeat, but yet you're surrounded by such goodness. So I will say, if you guys are in a relationship, it does look like things are great, dandy, and fine. Ace of Wands being over here is indicating that it's the beginning of a new cycle. So it doesn't mean that you guys are going to be repeating the past. This actually means that there's a huge potential to create something completely brand new if you guys are in a relationship and not have to repeat a certain cycle. So overthinking doesn't need to happen. This can also indicate that we're going through a time where we feel like we're getting a lack of sleep. So just letting you guys know, if you guys are having trouble sleeping at night and you guys are facing these sorts of things, everything looks like it's going to be okay, so you guys don't need to worry, all right? If you guys are single, you guys might be worried that you always attract the same type of person. You guys might be feeling really great. You guys might be feeling on point. You guys might be feeling your best right now in terms of like, you're feeling really confident about yourself, your body, the way that you're looking, the way that you're feeling. You're confident about your communication abilities, that kind of stuff. You guys are feeling really good, but at the same time, you're worried about what you're attracting. You're worried about that you're going to always attract the same type of man or woman into your life. You guys are being very cautious or, staying up, wondering about maybe a certain person that came into your life. The King of Wands is usually indicating that this is a very spontaneous, fiery, exciting type of person that might be coming into your life or maybe in your life right now that you're curious about. And, things do seem like they're actually okay, and confidence is what's going to really win this person over, or at least attract to you the right sort of person. This newfound confidence that you guys are feeling is going to attract to you the right person. And if you ever lose like a crush or something like that because they can't handle your newfound confidence or your newfound personality, that's okay. It means they weren't good enough to handle your current energy and your new energy. It doesn't mean that you need to restrict yourself or succumb to your old ways in order to keep this person, because that just means then you're repeating the cycle. If you've become a new person, which I feel like you guys recently have sort of developed yourself into a new way, you've kind of, you've taken on these new traits, you've grown as a person since your previous relationships or from, previous life or things that you've, experiences that you've had, you've grown since then. If you're worried about what you're attracting or you're really worried about being single, let that go, because that just means you're falling back into the past. Just be confident, be the new self, enjoy the new self, enjoy the new creativity, because that is going to pull you in that new direction. And this goes whether you're in a relationship or single. If you guys are feeling like you're falling back into old patterns, don't let that happen, because that is what's going to create the old patterns to reoccur. If you guys just stick to the new energy, stick to the new self, stick to those newfound great, sexy, good, lusty feelings that you guys are getting. And I'm not talking like promiscuous lusty. This is more of like just you're feeling creative, you're feeling confident, you're feeling like, you're feeling self-worth right now. and you're feeling worthy. You're feeling creative. You're feeling fun. You're feeling like a good energy right now. Don't let that go. That good energy is great right now. So keep on that, keeping on. If that made any sense. All right, let's add some new couple of cards on here. So we have My Dreams Reveal That Magic is Real and Anything is Possible card. And then we have It is Safe and Beautiful to Express My Sensuality. Of course, this card is coming up right now. So if you guys are worried about expressing your sensuality, if you guys are worried about like this new, like exciting feeling that you have about feeling confident, about feeling good, don't worry about that. Don't suppress it. Right now, I feel like you guys are leveling up into like a new mindset of really feeling, you know, excited, sensual. You're feeling confident. You're feeling good. Allow that to blossom. It is safe and beautiful to express my sensuality. You guys are feeling good right now. Keep expressing that because you guys are, you know, feeling creative. You're feeling good. That's something you're supposed to be feeling right now. And also, my dreams reveal that magic is real and anything is possible. You guys don't need to recreate the past. Anything is possible in your current future. It looks like if you guys are in a partnership, that partnership is looking really good and really promising. So I would keep looking into that, allowing that passion to grow even further. If you guys are currently single, it does look like you guys are entering a new profound sense of self-worth, sense of security, sense of confidence, and that's looking really good for you guys. So keep on that trek. The next card that we have is Cleanse, and then we also have Spirit Guides. So right now you guys are being guided in this direction. You guys are almost cleansing the old self, getting rid of the old way of thinking, getting rid of the old way of being, and you're being guided to this new energy of feeling really sensual, feeling really good, feeling really passionate and romantic. Keep on that way. That is where you're being guided to go. Again, that cleanse is just kind of like letting go of the old self. You know, the old self had its time. The old self, you know, taught you other things, but now it's time to move on and accept this new self, this confident, sexy self. The next card that we have here is Acceptance. This is really accepting yourself for who you are. You are a sensual being. All of us humans are sensual beings, and so this is finally accepting the fact that you also are, and it is fine and it is beautiful to be that way. So that is why the Acceptance card is coming out. Accept the new self, accept these new feelings. Accept, accept, accept. All right, guys, that is one of the most prominent messages for you guys right now. The next two cards that we have is Happy Success. Then we also have Courage. So it's going to take, you know, a bit of courage to get where you guys are wanting to go. I do feel like this new profound sense of happiness is, you know, coming in for you guys. You guys are feeling really, really good. Again, the courage is about accepting the new self, accepting that new confidence, having courage to go out with that new sensual self, feeling yourself, feeling good, feeling, you know, romantic and beautiful, and expressing that, having courage to go out in the new self and not fall back into the old self, and just allowing your happiness to shine and make you feel really, really good. And then our next card is Love Yourself First. It is upside down, so this is about loving yourself, but it's about really accepting yourself. And you know, loving yourself doesn't mean that you have to be the old self still. You can still move on and grow into the new self and still love yourself. I think the month of April is all about loving yourself and loving this new kind of energy that you guys are feeling, this new sensuality that you and romantic feelings that you might be feeling even in your relationship, or if you guys are single. This is all about accepting yourself and accepting this new kind of way of life and this new way of being and stuff like that. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. All right, so pile number 3, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your April 2020 love prediction. So let's hop right into it. All right, so pile number 3, this is what we have for you guys. So we have the 7 of Swords right side up, we have the 5 of Wands reversed, we have the King of Cups right side up, and then we have Starseed reversed. And so the first message that I'm getting right away from this is that you guys are putting your own dreams on the back burner because you are too focused on love right now, and If you guys are in a relationship, you are putting most of your time towards a relationship. Or if you guys are single, you're putting most of your time towards finding love rather than finding yourself and your dreams and stuff like that. So right now, the month of April is calling for some balance. All right, so the month of April is currently telling you that you're going to be very focused on your love life in the month of April, and you need to be a little bit more focused on your own dreams. And so this is going to be the lesson that's popping up right now in the month of April. Whew, I almost have the hiccups because I'm drinking a ton of cacao powder coffee and it's really tasty, but sometimes it gives me the hiccups. I don't know why. All right, so starting off with the Seven of Swords being right side up, this is telling me that you guys are, you know, putting yourselves on the back burner. You might be people pleasing a little bit too much. You might be sacrificing your own time. This is the card of like, that really reminds me of the word sacrifice. And in this scenario, it looks like you guys are sacrificing yourselves, your own time and your own dreams in order to focus way too much on love. And of course, we all want love. We all want to manifest love. And if you guys already have a relationship and stuff, of course, we want it to go well. We want to give our partner time. We want to do all that jazz. But there's an imbalance here when we have the Seven of Swords coming up and when we have Starseed reversed. It's like you are ignoring your own heart in terms of what you also need. Of course, we need to give our partner time. Of course, we all want to, you know, manifest love and stuff. But you are requiring to balance the two out a little bit more. So the Five of Wands being reversed over here also tells me that you guys are at an imbalance. This is kind of almost like struggling, fighting. This can be an internal fight, and I feel like it is more of an internal fight for you guys. It could also mean that there's some arguments popping up. If you guys are in a relationship, it could mean that there's certain arguments popping up, or it could be just an internal conflict that you guys are going through in terms of like, you have your own dreams, you have these things, but right now it's like you're so focused on love. Or it could be that you haven't even found yourself yet. Some of you guys still might be at a place where you don't even know what you want out of life, so you're giving all of your time away to love instead, or to finding love and all that jazz because you feel like, you know, might as well do that instead, because I feel like you guys haven't truly either found yourselves yet, or even if you do have dreams of your own, it's like you're putting those on the back burner constantly in order to focus too much on your love life. So this is the outlook for April. The King of Cups being next over here, this is telling me that you guys have so much love to give. Your guys' heart is like full of so much care, so much love, so many beautiful emotions, and you're ready to pour all those out to somebody. You're currently, you know, giving all that to someone. If you guys are in a relationship, if you guys are not, you're just so ready to, like, you know, you have your cups full and you're like, who wants it? So yeah, you guys need to put a little bit more of your energy of those filled cups back into yourself. The Starseed card reversed over here tells me that you guys have a divine purpose, and right now you're ignoring what that is, or maybe you haven't truly given enough time to find out what that is and do enough inner soul searching to discover that. Or you guys are putting it on the back burner because you guys love love and you love romance, because the King of Cups coming up is telling me that you guys are like suckers for romance, suckers for love. You want to feel that, you want to be enveloped in it, you want to be wrapped in it. But because of that, your own self is being denied energy, your own creativity, your own projects, the things that you want to go for, your own self-development, your personal internal self-development is being on the back burner. It's being on hold right now because of the fact that you guys are lovey-dove-doves, wanting romance, all that jazz, which is beautiful. You can have a balance of it. I'm not saying that you guys can't have romance. I'm not saying you guys need to ignore your partners if you guys have them, or that you guys need to, you know, stop looking for love if you're single. This doesn't mean that at all. It just means you guys need to find a balance between also, you know, having these two cups. One of them goes towards finding somebody, and one of them you have on reserves to be putting towards your own inner needs and your own inner wants and desires. Because if we look at this card right here, hopefully the camera will focus. Come on, let's focus on this card. All right, so This card right here, as we can see, she's like almost holding this beautiful energy internally. She's saving it for herself. You know, it doesn't mean you need to save all of it for yourself, but at least have that balance of putting some of it back into yourself and your own desires and your own dreams, and have that inspiration, because that even makes you a more attractive person and a more attractive partner, is when you're putting some of that love back into yourself as well. All right, so our next card, our next two cards. Proper rest helps me feel and look my best. I celebrate my lineage and honor my ancestors. Okay, so proper rest helps me feel and look my best. So this is about, you know, not necessarily rest, but about giving time to yourself for your own needs, catering to your own needs and your own desires. So having that balance of putting some energy towards you will help you feel and look your best, so that you have more energy to put towards love. And I promise you, if you focus 50-50 on yourself and then on your partner, I promise you, you're actually going to have more energy and more inspiration and more love and passion to give to your partner if you give half of that to yourself. Because in filling your own cup, now you have more energy, you're more attractive, you're more confident, you're more alluring, you're more loving, you're more abundant to then share that to a partner of yours. So this is about giving some to yourself as well. Then this one over here, this card, I celebrate my lineage and honor my ancestors. So you need to honor, this is about really honoring yourself, honoring your own roots, the things that you're rooted to, honoring your own past, honoring the things that you have dreamt up, the things that you are desiring. This is also having family time as well. You might be putting off your family right now because you're really trying to focus on love and stuff like that. So this is also about returning some of that as well to your family and your own desires and dreams. So the next two cards that we have here is courage and self-love. Of course, we have the self-love card coming up. I'm pretty sure that this one is going to be very straightforward for you guys. I'm not even sure if I need to explain that for you guys. I'll give a quick explanation just in case. But self-love, you need to be returning some of that energy to yourself rather than just your partner. Courage over here is about knowing that everything's going to be okay, having that confidence that, you know, you need that. You need to set those proper boundaries so that you attain more of that in your life, more self-love, more energy. It builds more confidence. It builds more of all these beautiful things. The next card that we have is the discernment card. This is being able to discern, like, how much time do I give to myself? How much time do I give to my partner? Right now, you're having a bit of a clouded judgment because you haven't given enough time to yourself to even have a clarity of thought and emotion. Right now, it might feel like everything's convoluted. It might feel like everything's polluted with different thoughts and different ideas. You're not even sure, like, am I giving enough time to my partner? Am I doing enough of this? You're confused right now because you haven't even given enough energy and time to yourself to get clarity on your own emotions in order to understand where you need to put this balance. So the next two cards that we have over here is the honoring path and conflict. So honoring path, this one's also a little bit self-explanatory. It's kind of almost repeating the same message that we have going on over here. The honoring path, this is honoring yourself. Taking that honoring path where others will honor you more. Others will, like, if you're seeking a partner or if you have a partner, they will literally honor you more if you're feeding more energy into yourself, because they'll look at you and realize what a shining star you are, that you have your own passions and have your own dreams, and it creates more passion in a romantic partner or in a romantic partnership, if you guys have one or if you're desiring one. The conflict over here is down the road, if you continue this way, it will create conflict. The Five of Wands shows us that it'll create some conflict. Even the Seven of Swords show that it will create conflict if you do not focus on yourself enough. Usually when we're focused too much on other people and giving away too much to other people, we do have more of a Seven of Swords situation that will pop up eventually, which is attracting people who then take advantage of you because you're just readily available to give all of your energy. This is someone who attracts narcissists. This is somebody who attracts somebody who just ends up taking advantage of you. For the most part, doesn't mean that'll happen every single time, but if you are able to create those proper boundaries, you'll avoid conflict in the future if you're able to be a balanced person and create proper boundaries and stuff like that. The last card that we have is express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So yes, it is okay to express your love. It is okay to do all these things, but first have that self-love and then express your love. You'll have more love to even express to your partner, to a potential romantic interest. You'll have more to give at the end of the day if you take the honoring path of honoring yourself, making yourself feel good. Once you feel good, imagine what you'll have to offer and bring to the table for somebody else. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. If you guys ever have problems expressing love, just, have that courage. You'll have more confidence if you're honoring yourself at the end of the day. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 3, if you guys enjoyed this reading, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. All right, so Payala. I always try to change up the pronunciation of words. I don't know why. Pile number 4, let's hop right into your April love prediction. All right, so pile number 3, April love prediction. I am really getting the message that you guys are on a self journey, a huge self-reflection journey in April. First off, I want to say that because the 3 of Wands is really screaming that out to me right now, that this is going to be a reflection month. It doesn't mean that you guys are going to be super hermit though, because usually you have to be in a very hermit mode in order to be very self-reflective. I do feel like you guys are going to be learning your most from the experiences that you're going to be having, which I feel like you're going to still be having a lot of experiences in the month of April, but it's going to be a huge learning and expanding and growth period in the month of April for you guys. We see this huge sky out in front of her. She's just looking off into it. This is a great time for manifestation for you guys, and it's going to be huge self-growth in beautiful, beautiful ways. Whew. Starting off with the 8 of Wands being reversed over here, it does seem like things might feel like they're delayed and not moving forward in the beginning of April, especially in terms of love and communication towards people. So in the beginning of April, it seems like communication is kind of cut dry in the beginning of April. So I feel like even family and friends, you're not seeing them as much. It could be, again, kind of what's going on in the world right now. Most of us are going through this right now, but that is part of your guys' prediction, and it's no wonder why it's part of your guys' prediction. It just seems like, communication, plans are not moving forward. Things that you wanted to do might be canceled or delayed in some sort of way when we have the 8 of Wands being reversed over here. The next card being Temperance reversed. This is kind of like our plans. We're feeling a bit separate from our plans. We're feeling like things are delayed. We're feeling like things just aren't mixing very well. Anytime we try to create something, it feels like it's not really moving forward. And so this can mean if you guys are, single, you're just really not getting out there in the beginning of April. Although that changes, I feel like around April 14th for you guys. For most of you guys that chose this pile, around mid-April, maybe even possibly the end of April, but I'm feeling for most of you guys this is mid-April. Things are going to start moving forward again. Things are going to start to open up. So if you guys are single, it seems like, again, communication and, your communication with friends, plans, stuff like that, moving forward by the mid to end of April. If you guys are in a relationship, it seems like all of your guys' plans kind of are on delay. It might also seem like you guys are a bit quiet and non-communicative with each other in the beginning of April. It seems like you guys are just off doing your own thing. You're needing time maybe a little bit apart from each other, especially with Temperance being reversed. It's like, well, I really have my own stuff to tend to and get in order. By the end of April, though, if you guys are in a relationship, it seems like that spark just reignites by the mid to end April with this Queen of Wands over here. It's like, ooh, I want to see you. Let's plan something. Let's do something. Let's get active. Let's get out there. Let's start doing some fun activities together. So by the mid-April, it seems like that's happening for you guys if you're in a relationship, and it seems like you guys might even start making travel plans for the future. It could also mean that you're just, getting out there a little bit by the end of April. I'm not sure how the world's going to be looking by then, but it seems like for most of you guys that chose this pile, it looks like plans are in motion by the mid to end of April. At least you guys are thinking about plans at least. Might not be that plans are being executed. Not sure how the world's going to be looking again, but at least you guys are planning for something. It also seems like you guys are going to have this reigniting feeling by the end of April. I also seeing this woman, she's like, you know, she's very naked, she's very raw. I feel like you guys are also going through a time of like wanting to get out there, wanting to have more self-acceptance, more self-love, more self-confidence, all that kind of jazz. And I feel like you guys are going to be getting it by the mid to end of April. So wait, where's this pile of cards? Oh, there we go. Okay, so our next two cards, let's see what we have here. I am courageous, steady, and strong. We have the lion over here, which can resemble Leo. Then we also have, I free myself from critical thoughts towards my body and my worth. This is beautiful. It almost kind of looks like the Three of Wands card. I do want to mention, like, these cards look super similar. It's almost like you're expanding your energy. She's expanding her energy with the wands out in front of her. These are two very, very beautiful cards. So if you guys are going through any self-worth issues right now, those are going to become so much freer. You're going to feel much more free by the end of April. It seems like your energy is just expanding. You're ready to get out there. You're ready to love yourself. You might even go on certain like diets or self-love journeys during the month of April. And by the end of it, you just feel so ready to just love yourself and feel really, really good. This is such a powerful card. I just really want to read this again, especially if some of you guys do feel like you're struggling with this. I feel like most of us do. But anyway, I free myself from critical thoughts towards my body and my worth. Let that sink in there, guys. I feel like a lot of us need to hear this message right now. Whew, especially around love. Like, if you guys ever have self-worth issues in love, I feel like all those are going to be soon dissipating, especially by the end of April. I feel like you're gonna get a boost of confidence. If you guys are in a relationship, I feel like you're gonna reach a new level of security in your partnership where you just know that your partner accepts you for you and your partner loves you no matter what your physicality is. Of course, your partner chose you for you, so they already love who you are. If not, if you guys are single, I feel like you're reaching a new level of love for yourself. And I feel like it's also inspired by friendship, oddly. I feel like you guys have a certain friend in your life that's going to really help you feel a lot more body positivity. I'm really feeling that for you guys. If you guys are single, I feel like there's a certain friend in your life that's like, honey, you look absolutely fire and bomb and amazing. You need to love yourself for who you are. So I'm really feeling like that's coming in for you guys who chose this pile. That's some powerful stuff. Love having that card coming up for you guys. All right, so our next two cards here, we have Nature's Cycles and then we have Ancestors. So we're going through some cyclical patterns over here when we have Nature's Cycle coming up. So I feel like this body positivity that we're having right now, which is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love that card came up. Nature's Cycles. Just know that you are part of nature. You are nature's creation. You are nature's beauty. Every single cell on your body, for example, anything on this planet, energy and matter can never be created or destroyed. You can never create more matter on this planet. You can never create more energy, and you can never destroy matter or energy. It's all being recycled into new elements, new things, based on the processes that it goes through, based on the alchemical nature that it transforms with. So your cells that are on your body, every single one has been through and lived on this planet since this planet has existed. Every single cell that makes up your body has been recycled through the planet, through ancient Egypt, through like even Atlantis, back if Atlantis even existed, though most people believe that it did. So your cells have lived through all of that, your nature cycles, your nature's beautiful divine being and creation. And that's why Ancestors is coming up as well. You guys have lived through this. You guys are so connected to every ancient being that's been here, every cycle that this earth has ever been through. So feel good about your body. Every single cell that makes up you has lived through all of this, and it is being divinely recycled into the you that you are now. You are changing. Every single cell in your body changes every 7 years. So you're constantly transforming into new, into beauty, into everything that makes up you as you. So this is a time to love yourself, accept these cycles that you go through as a human being. Begin to love yourself. You are an ancient being with ancient wisdom, ancient knowledge. Begin to love and tap into your divine beauty, your own divine wisdom. all that jazz. The next card that we have here is Power. Wow, you guys picked a very powerful pile. My goodness. So Power being the next card, you guys have magic within you. You guys have, you know, like ultimate power, beauty, love, knowledge. Like it extends out beyond. Especially that we have like all of this like really extending. I feel like you guys are almost going through a spiritual awakening, and that's where this like kind of like body acceptance is coming in, and self-acceptance is coming in, is because you guys are really expanding your own energy. You're really expanding so far. You're feeling your own power finally, and you're feeling really, really good. So April for you guys is really accepting the self and kind of going through a spiritual awakening and really loving thyself in the month of April. Whether you guys are in a relationship or not, this is all about kind of self-love for you guys in April, but in the most beautiful, profound way. I'm almost I'm feeling really emotional from this reading, but in such good ways where I don't necessarily feel like crying, but I just feel overwhelmed with like this beautiful, expanding, gorgeous energy of self-realization that you are a divine, beautiful being. I love it. The next card that we have is your higher self. Of course, we have that card coming in. And then we also have Ascended Masters. Wow. You guys picked such a powerful pile. Holy moly. Can't even believe this. So your higher self is obviously coming through right now in this reading. You guys are probably going to be connecting to your higher self. As we can see in this card, there's like this expanding energy that's over here, the same that we have in this card and the same that we have in this card. This beautiful just expansion of energy. I feel like this is a huge spiritual awakening. You guys might connect to your higher self. You guys might connect with some of your ancestors or passed on loved ones, especially since we have Ascended Masters over here as well. This is really connecting to that higher power, to that higher energy. I feel like you guys are raising your vibration. You're raising your consciousness into more. As we can see, we're just like, we have this ascending energy everywhere, this expansion and this ascension where you guys are, you know, probably going to come out with a stronger electromagnetic field around your body. If you guys watch my other videos, you've probably heard me talk about that. So this is a time where that is going to be expanded, which basically just expands your energy, creates more of a euphoric feeling in the body, creates more amazingness, manifestation gets stronger, all that jazz. So I do feel like you guys are really connecting to your ancient wisdom, your ancient past, stuff like that. Of course, you're always connected to it because, again, matter cannot be created or destroyed ever. So the fact that you are who you are means that you've lived through everything already. You've lived through it all. And you're constantly recreating and becoming new and always connecting and always being connected to the ancient world and ancient wisdom, and then always growing into further realms and places. All right, and our last card is Children being reversed. So this is almost connecting to loving your inner self, your inner being, and loving your past. This is accepting yourself even for your past, forgiving yourself for your past, loving the inner child that's in you, loving the innocence that you have, but also growing into more maturity as well. Since this card is upside down, this is like really ascending into a new level of maturity, but also still, you know, being very connected and accepting of your past self and all of that jazz. So that is what I'm getting for you guys. Pile number 4. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. All right, so my last pile number 5. If you guys chose this one, this is going to be your April 2020 love predictions. Let's get started. All right, so pile number 5, this is what we have for you guys. So we start off with the universe over here, which is basically the world card in this tarot deck. Then we also have the 2 of Wands right side up, the 3 of Cups right side up, and then the Ace of Swords being reversed. Let's get into all of what this means. So your guys' love prediction. I feel like you guys are almost entering a new cycle in your guys' love lives. So this can mean if you guys are currently in a relationship, this can mean taking it to the next level, finishing a cycle together, finishing a certain karmic cycle, and you guys are moving on to the next thing and the next level, especially when we have the 2 of Wands next and the 3 of Cups. This means celebrations. Things are happening where you're celebrating a new cycle and a new step in your guys' relationship if you guys are in a relationship. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are seeing someone that they asked you to be official, or if you're, official with someone, then they ask you to either move in with them, or they propose to you, or just somehow takes things to the next step in some sort of way. So don't be surprised if that comes up for you guys if you guys are seeing somebody. If you guys are single, I do see an opportunity to be meeting somebody here, and I do see that you guys are finishing a certain karmic cycle for you guys in terms of love. So you guys might be ending a cycle of being consistently single, and you guys might be really starting to get yourself out there and possibly meeting somebody that seems very fun and exciting. But also, the fact that we have Ace of Swords being reversed, this is time to like really let go of negative thoughts. If you guys are single, this can be like self-worth issues, always beating yourself up about something, telling yourself that you're not worthy, telling yourself that the person that you want doesn't exist, telling yourself that nobody will ever be good enough, nobody will ever meet your standards, all people are bad, all females or males are like, you know, no good, not worth it, they all have problems that you don't want to deal with, that kind of jazz. So any negative thinking patterns right now is something that you guys are going to have to confront in the month of April. If you guys are currently in a relationship and you guys are possibly taking things to the next level, this is having a little bit of overthinking, some worries and stuff. This could also be overlooking some certain things that you guys need to actually address before moving to the next level. So if you guys are in a relationship, it's time to really face these thoughts, face these concerns, and actually start to communicate. Work on your communication in your guys' relationship if you're seeing somebody, because the Ace of Swords being reversed can sometimes indicate that we're avoiding things or sweeping some certain things under the rug that need to be addressed, that need to be communicated, and need to be sorted out and figured out, and solutions need to be found. So the month of April is all about finding those certain things and moving things to the next level. Again, if you guys are single, I really do see you guys getting out there. I do see you guys possibly joining a dating app, because the Two of Wands can sometimes indicate that we're really, you know, getting ourselves out there in a certain way. So if you guys are single, you're really getting yourselves out there, trying new things to get yourself out there. If you guys are in a relationship, the Two of Wands just indicates that you guys are planning something together and moving forward and taking things to a next level. The Three of Cups over here means that there's definitely something to celebrate. If you guys are single, this is talking about that you are ready to actually socialize, you're ready to meet people, you're ready to go on dates, you're ready to have all of these experiences, you're opening yourselves up for these. It could also be that you have friends around you that are willing to help you and that point out certain things to you that might need to be addressed if you guys are, again, in a relationship. I feel like y'all have something to celebrate. So what's going on with you guys? Seems some next level exciting stuff is going to be coming up. Our next two cards that we have, we are all sisters and reflect the divine in one another. Then we have, I honor the natural process of growth and transformation. So if you guys are in a relationship, you guys are growing to the next level with somebody. You guys are moving on to the next level. I also feel like you guys are expanding in some sort of way, and you guys are reaching a new level of connection with your partner if you guys are in a relationship. If you guys are single, I do see you guys being around your friends a lot. I do feel like you guys are probably going to socialize a lot and talk a lot about love and relationships, and probably the inner things that you need to work on that your friends might see in you and help you point out certain mindsets that you have in order to help you get to this next level and attract somebody who, you actually want. The honoring card, if you guys are single, is all about growing and expanding and really confronting your own shadow self and confronting the certain belief systems that you guys might have that keep you trapped in a certain cycle of being single or not attracting the right partner for you guys. So again, lots of growth, lots of transformation, whether you guys are single or in a relationship. The next two cards that we have is boundaries and then soul journey. So for you guys, if you guys are in a relationship, I do feel like you guys are going to have to confront certain boundaries, confront certain communication things that you guys really need to face. I do feel like you guys are taking it to the next step, but you guys need to really have proper communication about moving to the next step, what this all entails. You guys are going to be confronting whole new concepts and ideas by taking things to the next step. So for example, if you guys are, finally becoming official. There's going to be certain things that you guys have to address, that you guys need to be on the same page with. If you guys are finally moving in together for the first time, there's certain things that you're going to be facing that you've never had to face before, that you're going to have to really communicate and talk about. If you guys are getting married or engaged or something like that, again, you're going to be facing things that need to be addressed and talked about, different expectations of one another, that kind of stuff. If you guys are currently single, this is talking about the fact that you guys are going to be confronting your own boundaries. Maybe you have too many walls up in front of you that need to be addressed. Maybe you have too many belief systems in place that are keeping you single because you have certain boundaries of not even getting to know somebody well enough before shutting them out of your life completely. There's certain boundaries and walls that you have up that you're going to need to face. And the Soul Journey card just talks about confronting these certain things. Whether you guys are in a relationship or single, the Soul Journey card just talks about the fact that you guys are going to be facing entirely new concepts, entirely new ideas in order to get to the next step for you guys. The next card that we have over here is the path. So you guys are going to be creating a whole new path, whether you guys are, again, are single or in a relationship. You guys are entering a whole new cycle. You guys are entering a whole new chapter in life completely, which is why we have the Universe card. The World card really indicates that you guys are starting a new journey entirely. So this is pretty exciting. All exciting things. You're creating a new area that you guys are walking down. It does look very positive as well, since these cards are right side up. All right. Then the next two cards is letting go and back and forth. So you guys might be really, with the Ace of Swords being reversed, you're really trying to confront these old belief systems, these old ideas, this old way of living, and you guys might be really back and forth on it. You guys, even if you're moving to the next step with somebody, you're really back and forth on, like, you know, we need to address this. Oh, we're moving forward here. Oh, we're running into this. We're running into that. It's a soul journey of going back and forth and kind of working out these kinks in order to move forward on this path smoothly. If you guys are single, you're going back and forth on, like, ooh, I need to confront this thing. I need to confront that thing before I really truly move into attracting somebody that I want and need. This back and forth is just very, like, you know, going back and forth with yourself on this idea. I used to believe this. I need to transform it here. I need to do this. This card, letting go, is letting go of the old path so you can walk on the new one. Letting go of the old self so you can open up a new door. Finally shutting this old chapter to move on to this new chapter entirely. It really requires closing the old book and the old chapter and the old door, which maybe you guys are going to be back and forth on, like, whew, maybe I'm not ready to close that door. Maybe I'm not ready to move on to this new thing. But yet you guys are like, wait a minute, I know I have to move on with my life. I can't just keep living the same story. I can't just keep recreating the same past. It is time for you guys to move forward. It is time for you guys to take the next step. Stop looking at the old life. And I do feel like you guys, you know, you're going to, in April, be kind of going back and forth on, like, ooh, do I return to the old, or do I stick to this new path, or do I return to the old? Like, it's going to be kind of back and forth and shaky like that during the month of April for you guys, but at the end of the day, it is time to take that new path. But you're going to have to sort out some kinks in order to get there. Then the last card that we have is You Deserve Love. So at the end of the day, at the end of April, you guys are going to realize that, yes, I deserve love. I deserve to be loved in the way that I expect to be loved. If you guys are single, you're going to realize that that love does exist. You are lovable. You can have that. But it's, again, kind of like sorting out those old belief systems and going back and forth and letting go of that and opening up that new chapter of being ready and open and trusting. If you guys are in a relationship, it's like you deserve love. You deserve to go to that next level. Your partner deserves to go to that next level with you. And it's really pinpointing and showing, like, I have my eyes set on this next level, and it's time to move there. It's time to let go of the past and move into that new chapter. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.